Welcome. I'm Maureen, Vice Chair of NFA, and I'm here with Tom Sexton, CEO and President of NFA. And we're here to share some highlights from the May board meeting, which was held in Washington, D.C. We were honored to have a number of very special guests. Collin Peterson, Chairman of the House Agricultural Committee. CFTC Commissioners Dan Berkovitz and Dawn Stump. And CFTC Enforcement Director Jamie McDonald. They shared their thoughts on a number of topics and answered questions from the board. Following the meeting, NFA hosted a reception for members of Congress, their staff, and other industry professionals. We were delighted that CFTC Commissioners Quintens and Berkovitz could join us for the event. Tom, I think you would agree that our Washington meeting and reception is a wonderful opportunity for NFA to showcase the important role it plays in regulation of derivative markets.
Absolutely, and this was in fact, our third year, Maureen, having the Washington reception, and it is a terrific effort and a great means for us to reach out to that very important constituency in Washington, and we thoroughly enjoy doing it.
As to the board meeting, the board approved a $107 million operating budget for fiscal 2020, which begins on July 1st. The budget includes a 5% increase in operating expenses, mostly due to increased spending for cybersecurity and technology initiatives. The budget also includes a $1,750 due surcharge for certain firms who are approved as swap firms. This would include IBs, CTAs, CPOs, and FCMs, for which NFA is the DSRO. The surcharge, pending approval by the CFTC, would go into effect January 1st, 2020. If you are not currently engaged in swaps-related activities and are not required to be a swapped-approved firm, you may avoid this surcharge by simply withdrawing your swaps approval status prior to the effective date. For more information, please see NFA's recent member notice and the rule submission letter to the CFTC. Both are available on NFA's website.
In addition to the budget, the May board meeting is very important because we present the board with our fiscal year goals for next fiscal year, which begins on July 1st. For the next fiscal year, there are several goals that are important to NFA. First, with regard to the swaps proficiency requirements, we will implement those requirements at the end of January 2020. We will roll them out. Those particular requirements we have been working on this past fiscal year, and they are almost complete. So we will be prepared to roll them out at the end of January. Next, we have some technology-related goals, as we have in the past. We are going to continue updating our certification for SOC 2. We will continue also with regard to goals on our examination software and updating that software, which will hopefully bring greater efficiency to our on-site examinations. And next, we are also in the process of updating our annual member firm questionnaire, which all firms are required to fill out on an annual basis and will feed into our risk system here. Some other goals that we will be working on, phase 5 of initial margin requirements for swap dealers. We have several swap dealers that intend to use initial margin models that NFA needs to review, and we need to do so before September 1st, 2020. So we have begun working with those firms and will continue to do so over the next fiscal year. We also have a goal that is to enhance the cooperation and expertise, I should say, between our various regulatory departments to bring greater efficiency to how we do our examinations and investigations. We have a vast amount of expertise in our market regulation, swaps, and compliance departments, and we want to integrate that expertise and enhance that expertise in those particular areas. Another goal that we have, and this is very important to us, is just our member education initiatives that we do throughout the year. We are committed to these initiatives for our member firms, Next fiscal year, actually, we plan to do a member workshop in London. And please keep apprised of our website as we issue notice to members with regard to that particular initiative. And last, this is a continuing goal from the current fiscal year, and that is looking at our rules and interpretive notices to make sure that they stay relevant with regard to the business that our members engage in. A number of measures have been adopted this past fiscal year by the board, and we expect that a number will be adopted in this area next fiscal year. With regard to this goal, if members have concerns or suggestions with amending our interpretive notices and rules, we strongly encourage you to contact our legal department or our compliance department and let us know what those comments might be, and we will certainly take them into account. Which brings me to another measure that the board passed at its meeting in May, and this comes out of that initiative, actually, of updating our rules and interpretive notices, and that is an update to our interpretive notice with regard to Compliance Rule 2.9 and the supervision of branch offices and guaranteed IBs. We looked at that notice, and in light of technology changes, in light of electronic trading, electronic communications, and how firms monitor and supervise their branch offices and guaranteed IBs, we decided to make a few changes. The most important change is, in fact, that with regard to on-site examinations, there's a current requirement that firms examine their guaranteed IBs and branch offices on an annual basis. We are slightly altering that for firms that wish to do so based upon several factors that are set forth in the notice. If you avail yourself of this relief, then we would still expect you to do an examination of that branch office with the use of technology, and each year, although it does not have to be an on-site examination. That particular requirement has been submitted to the CFTC. The interpretive notice is available on our website in the submission letter, and I strongly encourage you to read it if you have branch offices and guaranteed IBs. With regard to all of our submissions and getting up to date on our submissions, you can always apply and subscribe, I should say, to receiving our emails, which will provide you with those particular types of updates. So Maureen, I'll turn it back over to you now.
Well, thanks, Tom. That about wraps it up for today. We'll be back in August with updates from the August board meeting. Until then, I'm Maureen Downs with Tom Sexton. Thanks for watching.